Who are you to think God's going to do anything for you?
You stupid sinner.
Yeah.
You're not going to get anything from God. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
But Bartimaeus, he just shut up and acted nice.
Right.
No! He cried out all the more.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't let them affect him 1 minute.
Right.
He said, Son of David, have mercy on me! Son of David, have mercy on me! And he just cried out and shouted longer.
Mm-hmm. And
Jesus just stopped.
Yep.
And he said, bring him to me. And then all the crowd's like, oh, the master's calling you. The master's calling.
Yeah.
Then all those jokers that was telling him shut up a minute ago, they're like, oh, let me help you to Jesus, Bartimaeus.
Get off me.
Like, come on.
Go on. You just tell me to shut up 2 minutes ago.
I know.
Get off me. I'll make my own way. Say something, Jesus, so I know which direction to
I was
walk.
like, I'll find you in a minute, Jesus. I'm on my way. And then he gets up there and Jesus is like, what do you want? I was like, I would be saying, can't you see what I want? I'm blind. I want to be able to see you, Jesus. I want to be able to see you. But no, Jesus is always going to say, what do you want? Because he wants you to tell him
Right.
your desire.
That's right.
He wants you to express your desire. Just like this just like this publican said, have mercy. Have mercy.
Yep.
Have mercy. My desire is for your mercy.
Right.
And the mercy that Bartimaeus received was his sight. The mercy of God giving him his vision back.
Right.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to stand up and he had to shout in spite of everybody coming against him. He had to just keep on his faith and he had to just stand his ground and say, I don't care what anybody in the world says. I'm calling out. I'm crying out for this benefit.
That's right.
And he got what he wanted too.
Yep.
And all those other people, if they'd have cried out, they'd have got something. But instead, all they could do was think about him shutting up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Idiots.
What's wrong with those people?
Let him shout if he wants to. What's it to you?
Yeah.
I never did know what they got mad about.
I don't know. Well, there's a huge crowd of people. You knew it had to have been loud anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Picking on the little blind guy.
Yeah.
That's people picking on the weak ones.
Right.
Ugh.
Right. Then when they act like they his friends because they couldn't see who was picking on him. So.
No, yeah.
So we'll just be his friends. He won't know any
It's
different.
like, he won't know. He won't know I was telling her to shut up a minute ago. Anyway, all right,
Oh,
Tom.
that's terrible.
So we found out that Jesus used the publican as an example of righteous prayer.
Right.
And getting a prayer that's answered. Now, let's go to Matthew 5.
Okay.
But yeah, I love the story of blind Bartimaeus.
Mm-hmm.
Love that story.
Oh, yeah.
He just kept on crying out. He didn't care what anybody thought of it at all.
That's right. And you shouldn't either.
That's right.
If you have a need and you know, which Bartimaeus knew, he had heard, he knew who Jesus was. Because he said, Son of David.
Yeah.
You know, that's a title for the Messiah. And he knew who he was dealing with when he was crying out.
Yeah.
So he knew, and in spite of all the opposition, he kept on crying out till he got the end result that he was believing for.
Yeah.
It works the same for you,
Oh boy.
but you have to know who you're dealing with first.
Yep. You have to be sure. You have to know. I mean, you can't expect your benefits if you don't know your benefits.
That's right.
And
That's
that's
exactly
gonna
right.
come from dealing and digging in this word. Tom, we'll just read for time's sake. We'll just read 46. This is Jesus speaking again.
Okay.
46 and 47, I guess.
For if you love them which love you, what reward have you? Do not even the publicans the same?
Yeah.
And if you salute your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the publicans so?
So you are, I mean, he used the publicans as an example of a normal level of love and respect
Right.
toward other people.
Right.
I mean, he's like, the publicans, even not knowing anything, have a normal level of love and respect for those around them.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you, as covenant people, should do better than that.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right.
Hello. We should be doing better than just loving them that love us, right?
That's right.
And being good to them that's good to us. We should be doing a little better than them who don't know the covenant yet. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew
Yeah.
11.
You can talk the talk, but you're going to walk the walk.
Oh, boy.
Because, I mean, in my experience, I've seen, because I've been around a number of people on both sides of the fence.
Oh, yeah.
and some right in the middle. I mean, varying degrees on each side. And I've come to find through my personal experience, a lot of times when you have a Christian friend and you have a friend that's not a Christian, a lot of times you can count on the friend that's not a Christian just as much, if not more,
sometimes
than the
more.
Christian friend. They'll stick by you longer. I mean, I can't say that as a blanket statement, but that's just what I've come to find out a lot of times. There's sometimes people that the world wants to label as sinners and all that and outside and whatever. It's just a matter of they want somebody that they can relate to. And if you can treat them like they're worth something, they're going to receive from you.
Well, there is value to every beating heart, Tom.
That's right.
I mean, the Lord esteems every person walking the planet. Whether you think what they're doing is good or not, it doesn't matter what you think.
That's right.
We're not called to police the world. We're called to save the world. We're called to give the good news to the world. We're called to preach the gospel, good news, to the world. We're not called to correct the world. We're not called to dress down the world. We're called to preach the good news to the world. And until we can do that, we're never going to have much effect on anybody until we can tell them that God loves them, God thinks they're valuable, they are most precious to them, to the Lord. There is nothing like them to Him.
That's right.
And until we can treat people like that, we don't have any business opening our mouths to try to evangelize anything.
Right.
I mean, you better start practicing on a rock or something, because or a frog or a little puppy or something. But don't even open your mouth to people until you can talk good news to them and preach the gospel and love them.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, that's the thing. You can love everybody while you're on that little high on Sunday morning. With all the church crowd. But Monday rolls around and you get in there to work and start hearing about everybody's weekend. Are you still going to love them when they do something that goes contrary to what you believe?
Yes.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them. But I know you will. I mean, there's always going to be somebody that contradicts something about your morality or whatever. It don't matter. I mean, that's that even goes for people outside the church, because they have ideas too. You ever think about that?
Yeah.
And the thing that changes people's minds about pretty much anything is the way they're treated.
Absolutely.
If they're treated poorly, they're going to have a bad opinion of that situation.
Well, that's even down to the lowliest thing, like restaurant service.
Right.
I mean, it's like everything gets down to how you were treated.
Right.
Right? I mean,
That's
are you going to go back
exactly
to a restaurant that you were treated poorly? No. Are you going to go back to a church where you treated poorly? No. Are you going to go back and remain friends with somebody who treats you poorly? No.
Right.
So you see, we need to learn from all of these obvious markers that are out there. Oh my gosh, Tom, do we have time to read Matthew 11:19?
Yes.
Okay.
The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children.
Well, Jesus obviously was known as a friend of publicans, that way we can see Jesus thought more highly of publicans than maybe